So we're asked to work out the following. 15 divided by 5, add 7. Now, hopefully you will remember BIDMAS or BODMAS. And what that tells you is it tells you the first thing you do is the operation inside the brackets. The I tells you then you do any indices you have. The D and the M come together. They tell you do division and multiplication next. And lastly, addition and subtraction are your last option. They come together as a pair. So here we've got a division. So the first thing we're going to do is 15 divided by 5, which is 3. Write in what you've done and keep your add 7 there. 3 add 7 is equal to 10. Now, BIDMAS applies to the second one here. You've got an addition and a multiplication. You do the multiplications before the addition. So we're going to do this first. So we're going to do 2 add 7 multiplied by 2 is 14. And 2 add 14 is equal to 16. Now be very, very careful with that one. A lot of students, I'll show you what a lot of students do. They do 2 add 7 times 2. They do 2 add 7 is 9. 9 times 2. 9 multiplied by 2 is 18. That's not the correct answer because they did the addition first. You must do the multiplication first. Okay, work out -5 add -6. So, the way I like to think of it is -5 is kind of like, let's say I owe someone £5. So I owe £5. And I owe someone else, and I add to it how much I owe someone else. I owe someone else £6. How much do I owe in total? Well, I owe £11. So the answer must be -11. Okay? -5 combined with another -6 in total must be -11. Okay, what about this? We've got 4 subtract -3. 4 subtract -3. So when you see two negative signs together, you know that you can think of them as a plus. So that would be thought of as 4 add 3, which is equal to 17. Last part E, add brackets to make this statement correct. Well, if you're struggling with a question like this, what I would do is I would write out the question a couple of times. Maybe once here. Okay, and just try each of the possible options. The brackets could go there. And that would give me 10 multiplied by 3, add 1. 10 multiplied by 3 is 30, and I would get 31, which is not equal to 4. So they can't go there. Okay, the next option I could have is I could have them, let's say here. So I'd have 12, take away, I would do this thing in here, 6, then I would add 1. 12 take away 6 is 6, 6 add 1 would be 7, which is not right. So I could try the brackets here. And I would have there 12 subtract 2 multiplied by, working out inside the brackets first by BIDMAS, 4. And now I would, using BIDMAS, must do the multiplication first. So I would do 12 subtract 8, which does give me the answer 4, which is what I'm looking for. So then I could rub out my work in, or that could be on a piece of scrap paper. I know that the brackets, as I've just said, must go here. Okay, so that's how I get that. Lastly, why does 1/4 equal 2/8? Well, there are different ways of explaining this. You could use the word they are equivalent fractions. And 1, if you multiply that by 2, and if you multiply the bottom by 2, then that shows that. Also, you could use a picture. Sometimes I find a picture is really useful for these things. So I'm going to draw a quarter. I'm going to represent a quarter. So a quarter could be represented by a box, which I halve, and then I halve again. Okay, so if I colour one of the boxes in, that is representing or representative of a quarter there. Now, if I happen to divide this in half like this, you can see that a quarter is the same as 2 of these out of 8. so it's also the same as 2 out of 8. Hence, a quarter is equal to 2/8, and that's a visual representation of that point.